On November 9, 1989, this wall came down. The Berlin Wall, which for 28 years had divided a city, a nation, and an entire continent, was allowing free movement between East and West Berlin for the first time in almost 3 decades. People came from all around to hammer and chip away at the wall, taking pieces with them to remember this momentous occasion. It was a symbol of freedom, of democracy, of the triumph of the human spirit over oppression, and it's no wonder that one of the world's most famous landmarks was born that day. But what led up to this moment? Well, since the end of World War II, Germany had been split into 4 zones of occupation, each controlled by one of the victorious allies: France, Britain, the Soviet Union, and the United States. But as the years went by, 3 of those zones merged together to form the Federal Republic of Germany, while the Soviet zone became the German Democratic Republic, or East Germany. And so the 2 German states were born. But there was a problem. See, the new border between East and West ran right through the city of Berlin, which lay deep within the Soviet zone of occupation. So in order to prevent West Berliners from escaping to the east, the Soviets built a wall. It was meant to be temporary, you see, just until things settled down. But year after year, the wall remained, becoming a potent symbol of the growing divide between the communist East and the democratic West. For a while, West Berliners enjoyed a high standard of living and the freedoms of democracy. East Berliners lived under a totalitarian regime, their every move monitored by an ever-watchful government. And so many of them began to dream of a better life on the other side of the wall. By the 1980s, the exodus had become so great that the government began to panic. If this continued, they knew that their hold on power would soon be over. So in 1981, they tightened security along the border, increasing the number of guards and the height of the wall itself. But it was too late. The desire for freedom had taken root and could not be contained. And then in 1989, something remarkable happened. On November 9th, a representative of the East German government announced that citizens would now be allowed to travel to West Berlin. The wall would come down, and as the news spread, people began gathering at the checkpoints, demanding to be let through. When the guards realized that they were outnumbered, they fled their posts, allowing the crowds to tear down the wall and pour into West Berlin. And so an oppressive regime lost its grip on its people, all because of a wall.